The mountain stage to Alto da Folla, but with a change or two on day 2 of a Volta Algarve that had started in farcical fashion. Most of the peloton going the wrong way. Filippo Ganna winning, but not winning, so said the commissars. Everybody started on zero. At the same time, it's as if the first day hadn't happened. This one would though. 177.6 kilometers from Lagoa to Alto da Folla, the very famous Algarve climb. Climbed from a different side this time, and with more climbing on the approach as well. It promised to be a difficult day and a crucial one for those who wanted to win the general classification. Bonus seconds in Monchichi before a final ascent to Alto da Folla. Well, 7 riders got up the road. They were down to 5, with Herman Tibani taking most of the King of the Mountains points on the way. A gap of still over 4 minutes with 60 kilometers to go. Behind Red Bull Bora Hansgrohe and Visma Lease Bike had worked most of the day for Primož Roglic, the former winner, and Jonas Vingegaard, the 2-time Tour de France winner, respectively. With the climbing really starting, the break was down to 4 riders, led by Brent van Moer, as the peloton were led by Tish Benoot. Wout van Aert would soon go to work as well, and the gap would start to come down very, very quickly. There was also damage done in the main peloton. This was going to be a very selective race. The break held on to take the bonus seconds, but with 22 kilometers to go, everything was together, and the selection would soon be made out the back. Romain Bardet went on his own first excursion of his final few months as a pro cyclist. Jan Tratnik rode for Primož Roglic, but his turn would finish towards the end of the penultimate climb. Kostad dropped. Catania with him as well. The victims of this pace at the front were big ones. Primož Roglic gave it a dig too. Jonas Vingegaard was right on his wheel. This was getting exciting, still with 1 climb to go. Rog even had a go on the descent. He was certainly keeping his place where he needed to be now that he was isolated. Vingegaard had a couple of riders still back. Could they help him? Well, one would go on the attack. Ben Tulet following Jan Christen. Laurens de Plus. Nilsen Paulus there, as was Remy Rochas. Wilco Kelderman wasn't. He'd be dropped from the following group. And 5 riders started the climbing in earnest as they were on their way up the Alto da Folla. This was all that was left of the main group behind. Lidl Trek pacing, and at the front they were down to 4. Paulus with Vergalito, De Plus and Christen. The gap up above 30 seconds with 2 kilometers to go, and then Vingegaard decided to try and make the move. 2 big accelerations for him, did for the likes of Alaphilippe in the group behind, but they couldn't get rid of Primož Roglic and company. Theo Gegenhardt was reacting well, as was Bardet. Gap down to 12 seconds, and the 4 at the front ready to take on the final kilometre together. A final kilometre with double-digit gradients. And once they were hit, Jan Christen of the UAE Emirates decided to make his move. Laurens de Plus, still looking to win his first stage outright, despite a 1 GC win in his career, was chasing as well. 600 metres to go, and Christen was looking like he was on his way to victory. But his teammate Joao Almeida was flying behind. He'd dropped Roglic, he'd gone past Vingegaard. The rest couldn't follow him either. He even flew past the Plus with 150 metres to go. Would he pip his own teammate to the line? 100 metres to go and almost on the wheel. Christen looking nervously around. The young Swiss, 20 years of age, with 1 more acceleration. He took the stage win, and it will be a UAE Emirates 1-2. Christen in charge, with Almeida taking valuable seconds on the rest of the big-name GC leaders. Bardet nicking a couple of seconds on the likes of Vingegaard. Morgado was with him, by the way, and then behind Roglic, a further few seconds back with Theo Gegenhardt. Delight for Jan Christen, already a 2nd victory of the season after his win in Mallorca, but this was in very esteemed company. Look at the names in that top 10. Grand Tour winners aplenty, and Jan Christen at the top of it. The harder side of the Alto da Foya had proved a hit, certainly more selective, but it still ended with UAE giving everybody else a beating. 4 jerseys to take for Jan Christen, including the Green Points classification, Blue Mountains jersey, White Young Riders jersey, and the all-important Camisola Amarela, the yellow jersey for the leader of the Volta Algarve. The GC now looks like this going to stage 3, a 4-second lead courtesy of the bonus seconds for Jan Christen over teammate Almeida, but Almeida to his big rivals well over 10 seconds. They could be vital going into the final few stages that you can watch live and on demand across our platforms.